You don't realize. See, you're downplaying Jared Goff like he's really not what like a top 5 quarterback in the league. You're really trying to downplay him like he's really not a top 5 quarterback in the league.
Hello and welcome back to another episode on the Ep.19 show. Today we'll be discussing who won the trade between the Rams and the Lions. The Rams traded Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford, and for today's video, Amir will be joining us. Amir, welcome to the show.
What's up? You feel me? You feel me? My social's finna be in a bio. We like that. Detroit.
Okay, thank you, Amir. Before we get into the video, guys, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tap the bell. Now, I'm going to ask Amir how he feels about everything. Amir, I know you are a diehard Detroit fan, so please tell me how you feel about this trade.
How I feel about this trade, man. I feel like the Lions honestly won it. And I'm not saying that because I'm a diehard Lions fan. It's because I'm not being biased. Jared Goff is going to lead us to the Super Bowl in 3 to 5 years. Now, the only problem that Detroit has had for a long time, it has never been on our offense. Our offense has always had the talent. Even this year, we have DeAndre Swift, Marvin Jones Jr., and Kenny Golladay. Also, we have a watch Damian Amendola that can still put in work. Now, our defense is mainly the problem. This year as a whole, we have only gotten 7 interceptions out of all 16 games. 7 interceptions. That is sad coming from our defense. But also, our star rookie,
I agree with that point.
Jeff Okudah was injured, and also we did bad this season due to poor coaching.
All right, Amir, I'm gonna stop you right there. I don't want you to keep chatting. Put yourself in a hole you don't want to be in. All right. All right. So we're gonna hit it like this. Your defense is horrible, like you said. I agree with that. Y'all are 32nd in the league and giving up yards. You drafted a great quarterback, Georgia boy, from Georgia, Matthew Stafford, 2009, right? He's gave me all good years. 2004, 11-5.
Good years. He's been injured.
2011,
injured for a lot of them.
2016, 9-7. He took y'all to the playoffs. What do y'all do? Y'all want to sell him and give him trash players, give him horrible coaching. Matt Ryan,
like I said, even last year he didn't even have trash players on his offense, and he can't control the defense. So it's due to bad coaching,
and bad GM, and bad owner, and everything. Anyway, let's get to the Matthew Stafford. He takes up to the wild card. 3 years. Y'all do nothing. He's had 4 coaches. Y'all have had 4 coaches in 11 years. And you think Jared Goff, out of all people, are going to help y'all? Jared Goff can be argued for the top 3 quarterback in his own draft class. Jared Goff, in that amazing season he had on the Super Bowl run, had only a QBR of 63.6, merely average. He got carried by that run game, and with Todd Gurley looking to be the next messiah of running backs, looking to go against Walter Payton and Barry Sanders. That he keeps this up, he'll be great. They relied on that running game. Back in that Super Bowl run, they were 15th in pass attempts per game. They were 3 in rush attempts. They were rushing, and Jared Goff was going off that play action. DeAndre Swift, y'all saying DeAndre Swift? No, he had 1 good game. I know he had a concussion when he came back. He's still 67 yards rushing. And what did that do to y'all? Y'all were 5-11. Your rush game wasn't even good. Y'all were 30th in the league. Your pass game was carrying y'all most of the time when y'all were 10th in the league. And Matthew Stafford is having to throw for over 400 yards for y'all to beat the Cardinals. It's just sad. There's no hope. And you think Jared Goff's gonna help you? Stop it. Rams are about to be nasty now. Not to
mention, we did pick up 2 first-rounders.
We're scared.
Marcus,
no.
I'm going to cut you off there. Marcus, I'm going to cut you off there. Let's let the league tell me about these points and tell me how you feel about it.
Oh my goodness. As I've sat here and listened, I've heard both of them talk about the Lions side of the point. I've heard both of them talk about the Lions. The Rams I love Jared Goff. I've been a supporter of the Rams since their Super Bowl run, and I believed in Jared Goff since he was drafted. But I'm sorry. The Rams got an upgrade at QB with Matthew Stafford because I believe Jared Goff never regained his confidence after his horrible outing in the Super Bowl.
He didn't.
But at the end of the day,
Uh,
a couple years down the road, this trade may look more equal than most people think. Because some people think that the Rams swindled the Lions. But Jared Goff is not a scrub. He's 2 years removed from going to the Super Bowl and being an MVP candidate. But what he did in 2018, I know the numbers don't look great, but Jared Goff's impact on the team was still a lot. Matthew Stafford will take this Rams team, but if they do not go to the Super Bowl or they do not even make the playoffs, it's a disappointment. The problem with the Rams are complaining that Jared Goff, he was average. He wasn't really helping them out. But Jared Goff took you to the second game in the playoffs and you lost to the Packers. And Jared Goff played well. Aaron Donald was hurt. That's the reason why they lost. Jared Goff had nice weapons around him, a good running game, a great offensive mind in Sean McVay. So Matthew Stafford was stepping into a perfect situation. Marcus Amir, would you say Matthew Stafford stepping into an almost perfect situation? Great, arguably number one defense, the best defensive player on the planet, arguably the best quarterback in the NFL, great receivers, and a great coach and a good run game.
They're what he needs. At least let me rebound off.
So hold on. So if Matthew Stafford does not at least go to the second round in the playoffs or take him to the Super Bowl, why did you trade for him over Jared Goff? Jared Goff could have done that every single year. Jared Goff won you games at the end of the day. He won you games. Jared Goff was turnover prone. He threw 20 touchdowns to 13 interceptions. But if he can cut down on that, the Lions will be set for the future, as Amir said. They got 2 first-round picks. They have the 7th pick in the draft. Go out, draft the best receiver in Jamar Chase, re-sign Kenny Golladay, re-sign Marvin Jones Jr., and the Lions will be competitive in a few years. Dan Campbell was the right hire, but it's too early to call a winner in this trade yet.
I'm going to rebound off you. I agree with some of the things you said. Then I'm going to let Amir talk. First of all, Jalen Waddle's the best. Stop it. I'm not even going to get to that. They called Jared Allen. They called Jared Goff Mr. Perfect. He has not been perfect. Even in that offensive year where they went to the Super Bowl, they were only 20th in points. 20th in points. They were relying. Yes, 20th in points. Yeah, it's surprising, right? It's surprising. Jared Goff was merely average again. He wasn't even a very good quarterback. 63.6 between QBR. That is.
Are you forgetting that Jared Goff was up there with Patrick Mahomes that year?
Oh my gosh.
Are you forgetting that? Jared Goff was up there with Patrick Mahomes. Nobody would have looked at you crazy if you said, is Jared Goff better than Patrick Mahomes? Nobody would have looked at you crazy. We got robbed of a Rams Chiefs Super Bowl that year.
Can I finish?
Okay, let's let Marcus.
We got the greatest Monday Night Football game ever.
Let's let Marcus.
Matthew Stafford was put in that perfect situation. So is Jared Goff. His defense was eating. They had a young, aspiring defense. Defense eating. They had the great receivers: Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. Jared Goff was put in the same situation. I'm thinking, but Jared Goff is the worst quarterback than Matt Stafford. Can we all agree on that? Amir.
Yeah.
All right,
yes, I can agree on that.
I thought you were about to say the team.
When Matthew Stafford is
running back, he had one of the best running backs. A running back. I had one of the best seasons ever as a running back. Todd Gurley. They relied on that. They relied on that play action. Jared Goff, all you had to do is play action, look to Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. It wasn't that hard. Now he's gonna be put in a situation where, all right, I'm gonna have to rely on our arm. Do we know if he can even throw? Do we know if he can?
Jared Goff is one of the best deep. Jared Goff has one of the best deep balls in the NFL right now. Stop it. Jared Goff throws one of the prettiest deep balls.
Okay, we know for sure he can throw.
Out of his socket.
For certain.
Not when it's thumbs out of his socket. I'm gonna let you go. You say I'm smoking, I'm gonna let you go.
Marcus, you are smoking right now.
How?
Huh?
Marcus,
How am I smoking? How?
Marcus, you don't realize. See, you're downplaying Jared Goff like he's really not like a top 5 quarterback in the league. You're really trying to downplay him like he's really not a top 5 quarterback in the league. Matthew Stafford is rarely at 100%. Rarely at 100%. Out of all the years he's been with the Lions, he's been.
And when he's at 100%, he leads your organization in passing yards.
He even got injured this year for a little bit of time.
Matt, you say he's barely at 100%, but when he is 100%, he leads your organization.
He's never been at 100%.
He leads your organization.
When the effort at 100%.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this.
Amir, who's your top 5 quarterbacks in the league?
My top 5 quarterbacks: Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Phillip Rivers, Jared Goff, and Tom Brady.
Matthew Stafford. Not up there.
Okay. We're not going to talk about that list that we just heard. Any dude who has Phillip Rivers in his top 5, only in Detroit. But let me tell you this right now. Matthew Stafford, we can all agree Matthew Stafford has had an underrated career, correct?
Great.
Yes.
One of the best arm talents
Yes.
right now.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford has a rocket for an arm. But let's say this right now. If Matthew Stafford does not lead this Rams team to the Super Bowl, I'm not going to go that far. If this Rams team is not in the NFC Championship and the defense sells them, I can understand that. But if Matt Stafford is the reason why they lose in the playoffs or the reason why they don't even make the playoffs, then this will be looked at as a disappointment. And no matter what happens, or it'll just be a bad trade all around because the Lions could draft bust. But still, at the end of the day, Matthew Stafford could go from one of the most underrated quarterbacks to one of the most overrated quarterbacks. Multiple people have said Matthew Stafford does not have that it factor. He's a good quarterback, but doesn't have that it factor that Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady all have. I'm not saying Matthew Stafford doesn't even have that it factor, but I'm saying this trade is too close. It's too fair right now. Matthew Stafford has to prove himself, prove that he can win big games, because some of those games in the playoffs were his fault. We're not going to put all the blame on the Lions organization. He threw those guys enough to make the playoffs. So what happened in the wild card game? He just lost the game. Jared Goff, if the Lions can draft well, go out, get Jamar Chase, re-sign your receivers. And Dan Campbell, I believe that was a home run. If he can get Jeff Okudah healthy, Jeff Okudah will turn back into that cornerback he was at OSU, shut down City right there, and the Lions will be good again in 3 to 5 years, like Amir said.
All right,
Okay,
Amir.
I think we're gonna close the video here.
Amir, you want any last points?
I was gonna ask for last points. Amir, would you like to say your final say?
My final statement is I'm going what I said at the start of the video. Super Bowl Lions, 3 to 5 years.
Amir, you're the same kid that put Phillip Rivers in his top 5. Kaylee, close the video.
Phillip Rivers has had an awesome career. Shut up.
We may see a repeat of. We may see Chiefs and Rams in the
Phillip
Super Bowl
Rivers
next year.
has about 9 kids, and he should retire.
Okay, we're gonna close the video.
That's
Thank you
Sam
guys so
Coughlin.
much for tuning in. And once again, I would like to thank Amir for coming out and being on the show today. Like Amir said at the beginning of the video, his socials will be in the description box down below. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tap the bell. Stay tuned for the rest of the week. Enjoy. See you guys later.
All right.